everybody, and welcome back to Resilience by Faith podcast with Reese. Today, I have a very beautiful and special guest with me. This morning, I have
Yeah.
the pleasure of interviewing Miss Autumn Hyatt, and I am excited to get into her story of resilience. As always, please make sure you check the show notes, or if you don't like the show notes, follow us on Instagram and check those notes or the posting to follow her and support her after this podcast, because trust me, you're going to want to do it. So, welcome to the show, Miss Autumn.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I was really looking forward to it. So thank you
Yay.
so much.
Well, I'm
Thank you so much for
excited
having me.
you could take some time out your Saturday morning to spend with us. Um, I'm excited of the things we're going to talk about and what we're going to get into. But before we get into that, I always like to start off with like a little bit of an icebreaker, just to ask people about what is their caffeinated beverage. Do you like consume caffeine, or are you like? For me, it's coffee. I have my coffee right here every morning.
Ah,
But I know a lot of people, they mix it up and they're like matcha or like chai or tea. So what's your
so
flavor?
so I'm obsessed coffee drinker. Like I like to explore coffee, not just enjoy, but explore all sorts of coffee.
Uh-huh.
So a few weeks ago we went Turkey and I tried their coffee, Turkish coffee, and oh my God, it was so good. Like it was quite intense and a bit different taste to like typical
Mhm.
coffee, but I got obsessed with it. I used to drink like 3, 4 times a day, and it's like really in cute small
Yes.
cups. And then I got it with me, and yesterday I was trying that and then I was like, I'm gonna try a different coffee. Then I'm gonna try chai latte. So I'm literally like, I'm an explorer. I love collecting different variety of coffees and then trying them and then celebrating that. Oh my God, I discovered something new. Like it wasn't discovered before. Of course, somebody made it, so it was. But it's so exciting. Like really, I get in the spirit of enjoying it. So
Yes, and I love
yeah.
people look at me when I'm crazy, like I'm crazy when I say like I'm not really into the peppermint chocolate, but I'll do hazelnut any day. I love hazelnut creamer. I love the syrups that go into it, and I have like this whole little K cup and Keurig with the pumps and all the little like a little coffee stand ish thing in my kitchen, and my friends like you're getting too much into it. And I'm like, it's a thing. It's really a thing for me. It's a thing.
Yeah. Of course, and I think like it also explains a lot about us because when um when I started doing that, I started buying like really nice and like really posh cups
Yes.
so that I would almost like treat myself. So I'm literally constantly look out for a nice cup, right?
Yes.
And sometimes I get 6 of them, just as a set, but it's like I never get enough of the cups. And even to drink a drink, I buy like a really nice glass because that also in a way we are telling ourselves that you are worthy.
Yes.
You are worthy of the luxury. You are worthy of this experience. You are worthy of this cup. So it's like we are telling our subconscious mind in a very subtle way that you are worthy of beauty. You are beautiful, right? And a lot of times we wait for other people to tell to us that, oh, you're beautiful, you're good. But what if we tell ourselves by choosing a beautiful mug of coffee every day,
Right. Right.
right?
Yes, and my friend think I'm crazy because I have this cabinet in my kitchen and all of it is mugs. And she's like, what I won't be buying you for Christmas and what you don't need to buy is more mugs because you don't have anywhere to put it. And so I was like on Amazon looking up coffee mug holders like hooks. So I could it's starting to get bad.
Oh my goodness.
I think I met my soul person because you like nice books too. So I'm happy.
Oh. And when I go shopping and I'm always looking for it, my husband's like, let's go from this area. I know you're gonna
Yes,
get stuck there and spend hours there looking for the beautiful mugs, but let's just
yes,
get on with life. But I think
definitely.
little things we can tell ourselves that you are special. And a lot of times
Yes.
we are seeking that in other people telling us you're special, but the key is that we are looking for our own love all this time
Right.
and we are trying to find it from other people. But what if we don't make it so complicated and just say to ourselves, I love you. You are
Yeah,
loved. You're beautiful. and this cup deserve, like, you deserve this cup. This is your symbol of beauty,
Yes.
right? So, like, give yourself that experience, that beauty, that luxury. Like, allow yourself to experience that. It's all around us. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And then you said you went to Turkey, so like were you visiting family or were you just like was it just like a trip?
So it was a holiday for 2 weeks. So it was really, really nice. Yeah, sitting by the pool, enjoying, and just not doing anything, just relaxing. I love, I love this idea of just going within and having deep conversations with myself, spending time with myself,
Right.
and really enjoying and celebrating who I am. And all my life, I thought I was just, traveling to find myself, like, who am I? And I thought I need to go places to places to just find me, but all I needed to do was go within. So that's what I started doing. Like, even when I'm around people, when I'm doing things, I'm constantly loving myself. I give myself compassion. I say that you are good, you're good enough, because a long time in my life, I thought that I am not good enough. I don't deserve things. I need to work really, really hard to get anything, to get by. And even I was reflecting in the morning today that my money beliefs used to be really, screwed. I would say that,
Oh,
almost thinking that, money always runs out. Money doesn't like me,
right.
right? And I was thinking, why? Why did I think like that? Because in my childhood, there was a lot of, like, we had a lot of financial issues. I saw my mom constantly saving pennies, and that literally, without any filter, came into me. And then when I reflect now and think, oh my God, this world is so abundant. There is so much of everything. Even if we both just inhale right now and exhale, there is enough oxygen for
Yes.
everybody. We're not going to run out of it. So we're not going to run out of anything. It's just in our heads, based on the experiences we had in our childhood, when we didn't have those filters to tell us that this is not right.
Right.
Don't accept it, you know? So it's just allowing yourself to experience your inner beauty and then seeing that beauty outside of us. Mhm. That is,
Definitely. Yes, I think so many people get caught up in "I'll be happy when," and I was literally thinking about this morning when I woke up. It was this lady on TikTok. She had to be every bit of 80 something, maybe early 90s, and she had like white hair. And she was like, as you can tell, "I'll be happy when" phase of my life is ending. It's over now. And if I could tell anybody anything, it would be stop living in a "I'll be happy when I get the house, I'll be happy when I get the degree, I'll be happy when I get married." Just be happy now. If I could do it all over
yeah,
again, that's what I would do. I would stop
yeah,
living for the win part because she said, please live and enjoy your life because before you know it, it'll be over. And that just made me
yeah,
think.
yeah. Of course, the other thing is that we are born complete. We are born with everything, right? But I think a lot of my inner dialogue was, I'm looking for freedom. I'm looking for time freedom. I'm looking for money freedom. I'm looking for this freedom. But I never felt whole in myself. So how can I
Right,
attract that freedom when I'm not free within me?
right,
Right? So when I said, you know what, right now, today, right now, without anything, I made a decision that day, that was years ago, that I am full, I
right.
am complete. I'm not going to rely on anything outside of me to declare that I am not complete or I need something. And when you do that, although you're not looking for that, but you attract those things automatically because you attract who you are.
Huh. Yes. That is true. That is true. And that would be like a whole nother like thing. But I mean, just the way we think and we're conditioned to think, or the way we see our, like you mentioned earlier, like our parents go through things and the way we're raised, we kind of think, okay, can't spend a lot of money because I saw mom like, pinching for money, so I got to make sure I'm very frugal, or I can't enjoy this, I can't allow myself to go here because I have to save. And that does shape who we are as an adult and like how we think. um Definitely. Well, I wanted to
Yeah.
ask you, my love, I know that today we were going to get into your story of resilience and that you have a whole business where you help moms. And I want to kind
Yeah.
of like switch gears and kind of get into that. What made you primarily pick moms? Like, do you have kiddos? And like, what was kind of like your story that made you very passionate about that particular population?
Yeah. So I would start from my childhood really, because it really traces back to there. I
Uh-huh.
When I was a child, every single day there was a fight in my house. Every single day, like especially like to be honest, I love all of them. I love them to bits because I've done so much inner work to forgive. Because for me, but at that time, like from my father's side of family, there was a lot of fight, arguments. I used to get beaten up and all these things every single day without a fail, every single day. And one day it came to a point where I felt unconscious and I just fell. And my mom was holding me, and she thought she lost me. I'm gone. And that day, I remember this inner voice in me saying to me, if you have such bad situation, why don't you get up and really change your life? Because if you're in your comfort zone, if you're
Right.
okay, then you might as well stay okay. But if you are like literally hitting rock bottom, and as a child it was traumatizing, then why not you want to change it? And why not you want to even focus more on changing your life? So from that day, even my mom tells me that your focus completely changed, and you had almost like this, like obsession with changing your life, with making things happen. And I started dreaming. I started to allow myself to dream, and I had this dream. So I'm actually from Pakistan, but I had this dream that I want to live in London, because as a child, for me, that was an escape. Escaping this place, escaping this country. And I thought I'll take my mom with me, and I want to live in London, and I want to get a corporate, like high flying job, and I want to enjoy, like I want to be free. And got to the point that the more harder things got in my family, the more my drive increased. It was like my scars were my superpower. So the
Yes.
worse it got, the more I had a reason to change. My reason got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I had no idea how to do that, because I wasn't allowed to go to school. So I was eventually I started studying in a really like small, like smaller than a room school in near my house.
Mhm.
And for me, it was literally like saying, I'll reach for the stars. One day I'll reach for the stars, because it's impossible, right?
Mhm.
But I just kept holding on to that dream. And that is my message to the viewers, that no matter what dream you have, if you have a desire, it's the proof that you can do it. Doesn't matter if you have no idea how you can do it, no idea how it's going to happen. Desire is the proof that you can do it. Desire is the proof that is meant for you, right? That's why God is showing you this, that this is what I've got for
Mhm.
you, and just accept it. All you need to do is accept it
Right.
and allow it. That's all. Just allow it. Don't worry about how it's going to happen and just kill the whole idea. Just accept it and allow it. And then I got like scholarship in the top university in Pakistan, which was literally same expensive as UK.
Uh-huh.
It was same price. I got full scholarship, living allowances, everything. And then after finishing university, I was offered a management traineeship in the top British company in Poland.
Wow.
And it was like, oh my goodness. And I even when I told like my family that I want to go to Poland, no girl in Pakistan goes to Poland. Like they were like, what? It's like going to the moon. You want to go to the moon? and and then I was and then from there I worked there for a year. It was wonderful experience. I learned so much. And then the director came up to me one day and said, we have a job for you in UK, and we really want you to go there. No interview, nothing, just give me your passport so that we can apply for your visa. And I was blown away. I was thinking, oh my goodness, what is this? Like, is it real?
Yeah.
No interview, nothing, just done. Right? So,
Only.
in my case, I had no idea how it's going to happen. Like, literally, for me, it was like reaching for the stars.
Yes.
But the series of events unfolded one by one by one.
Right.
And it took me there. So, a lot of times you think, I have to make it happen. You don't have to make it happen. You just have to hold your vision, and when the time comes to take action, of course you take action, but at that time you're so close to your vision that action doesn't seem scary. So for me, going to Poland on my own didn't seem scary at all, because I was so close to my vision. I was one with it.
Right.
So our job is to accept that vision, become one with it, and then let God do the work.
Yes.
that is it. Like a lot of people, you say that you have to work really, really, really hard to earn a lot of money or be successful or fulfill your dreams or even help other people, whatever it is. But I say, I was thinking about it literally this morning, that when we have our children, right, and they ask us for something, we say, okay, you can have it, and a lot of time we spoil them, right? We tell them, yeah, you can have it. Yeah, like we book things for them, we book experience for them, take them on holidays, and they don't really work hard for it, just get it. So we are God's children. He loves us like our children. So when we ask those things, he's going to make a way. He is
Right.
going to make a way. And we don't have, if you believe that you have to work really, really hard, and then you will have to, because that's what you're believing, that's what you're asking for,
Right.
right? But if you just say that I deserve it, I'll hold on to my vision, and of course without action you cannot do anything, right? But action, you will take the action. Trust yourself that you will take the action at the right time.
Right.
When the things come to you, you will be so close to your vision that you will naturally go towards it.
Right.
So our job is to ask,
Yeah.
and asking means believing,
Yeah.
right? So then what happened, that I started working in London and I had my first daughter. When I had my daughter, I realized that, oh my God, I don't feel fulfilled. My priorities have changed, and I'm not really doing what I love. Like it wasn't. I wanted it because it was, for me, it was escape in a way,
Mhm.
but now I'm growing, my vision is changing. So what shall I do? And at that time I felt that in your job, when you start to become a mother, and you people start to sometimes see you differently, they think that, oh, she cannot work that hard anymore, she needs to leave at a certain time, especially in corporate. Like you're not seen as somebody who is like the top in their
Yeah.
in their job, because of course you have to, like, pick your daughter up from nursery,
Right.
all those things. So I said that this is not what my passion is. But my inner child was telling me, the child which struggled and
Uh,
make her way to London,
mm,
said that I don't want you to let go of my dreams. So my inner child was fighting. And on the other hand, I had my own child, right?
yes.
So I literally had two children, me, my inner child, and my daughter. And I want both to be happy.
Yes.
Right? So I was saying, okay, how am I supposed to do this? So I said, okay, let me ask myself this question: what would I love? Because what you love has the answer. That is the answer to your fulfillment. That is the answer to what you're looking for. Because a lot of times we don't care about what we love. We don't look for our own feelings. If we
Right.
buy a present for somebody, we'll think, okay, what is the best thing I can get for them? What would they love? We don't ask ourselves this question: what would I love, right? So I
Yes.
said, okay, what would I love? I found that I want to help moms who are ambitious like me,
Uh-huh.
and learn from all my corporate skills, which I've learned, like product management, branding, all these things, to help them run their own successful businesses, and take all my learnings from corporate and help them really shine their light.
Wow.
And I started doing that, but I realized that situation demands me to rise up and, again, like I did in my childhood, become one with my vision.
Yes.
So mentally, I took a big quantum leap in my mind that I am a successful entrepreneur for moms. I accepted that identity and I lived with it. And before I know it, I started attracting customers. People started loving my energy, and it's like my own being started unfolding in a beautiful way. And I was like, wow. So even if you're listening to me, the viewers, and your mom, and you're thinking, oh my God, it's impossible, I've got kids, I have to tell you that you just need to be what you desire to be. Just be her. Just make a decision that I am her. And then you won't have to work hard like 16 hours a day. You don't have to kill yourself. You will just unfold so beautifully that your dreams will happen one by one by one by one. And you'll be shocked.
Beautiful. That's so beautiful. You brought me, it was like an epiphany moment, like full circle moment when you said you don't have to hope and wish, you just have to be. And I remember when I was graduating from high school, no, from undergrad, I went to college and I was graduating with my bachelor's degree. And I know I wanted to go into medicine and I know I wanted to be a PA. And I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to get here. I don't know how all these things are going to work out, but I just envisioned myself walking down a hospital hallway with my white coat on, And that's how I walked like around the campus. And that's how I carried myself, like I was already her. And then everything just happened so smoothly without me having to do anything. And before I knew it,
Oh my
I
God.
look up and I am her.
Wow. Wow, this is so good. This is, we were talking about coffee. So
Yeah.
I was making a coffee for me one day,
Uh
spending a lot of time making my coffee. And I had this epiphany moment, like literally aha moment
huh.
that, we do so many affirmations. We say, okay, I'll act like her. And we try to take courses and we try to, but one day I realized, you know what? I was her. I was born her. I was her all that time. And then I picked up wrong beliefs, picked up wrong ideas, and I said that, oh, like I'm not good enough. But when I was dissatisfied with my situation and I said, okay, I need to
Right.
be somebody else, I was actually her all this time. I was her, you
Yes.
know? And I just became me again because my soul is screaming to be her, to really be who she is, right? To take off this mask and these layers and limitations and shackles, and saying, you are her,
Yes.
be you.
Right. And I'm so grateful that God like made us the way he did, but also like for every last one of his children, because it's a lot of us, but for every last one of his children, he made a purpose for them. And he made sure like when they get to this point, I'm gonna put this in their place to remind them of who I created them to be. And when they're having a hard day on this day, I'm gonna do like it's just so intricately planned, it's so thoughtfully planned and purposeful. I couldn't thank God enough for all the things he has done
Yeah.
for me.
And so beautiful.
It
So beautiful. And one of the other things I have started learning, I what I learned was that whatever you believe, God will open the way for you, right? Whatever you believe. So before, when I used to look at a situation, I used to ask myself, okay, what does it mean? What is the reality? What is real,
right,
right? But now, whenever anything happens, even if I don't like, even if something I wasn't expecting, it happens, or I was expecting a better outcome, it didn't happen, I just ask myself this question: what would I love in this situation? And I say, okay, this is the ideal scenario I would love. And then say, okay, I believe that. Because my beliefs are shaping my reality. So instead of let reality defining your beliefs, switch the cycle and believe, and then
to find
the
my
reality will
reality.
have to mold itself, right? Because you just choose, what do you want to believe? What do you want? Believe that. You are being unrealistic? No, this is the first time you're being realistic, right? That's what I told myself. This is real.
Yes, because a lot of people, I'm on TikTok University, right? And a lot of people talk about journaling and manifesting and making sure like you don't get in your own way. And then like I'm on TikTok and I'm seeing that stuff. And then I'm doing my Bible study. And it seems like just about almost every single problem that in the beginning of the Bible that these Israelites and all these all these people had was because they didn't believe. And I was just
Yeah.
like, because God told you, it's like, well, he told me to do this. Well, he told me this is going to happen, but I don't really, it's taken too long. I don't really think so. I'm going to do it my way. And then they just mess everything up. And I'm just like, I wonder if sometimes God just be looking at us like, here we go again. Children, here we go.
I'm I'm sure it. The beauty is that he has given us the choice to have whatever we want, but sometimes because we don't believe, we end up having what we don't want.
Yes,
But at the end, we were using our powers to create what we don't
right,
want, so might as well create what we want.
right. And it's just
We are
simple.
creating it.
Right. It's just that simple. And I think that I don't know why life has made us believe that it's so complicated. But with God, we literally can have anything, but we hold our own selves back. Just mindset, definitely, definitely.
And I think there's a big even I coming from corporate, especially where we had like trackers and sheets and Excel and all those things. We start to think, even although we are trying to manifest, but we start to think that I am doing it,
Yes,
right? The key we need to understand is that we are holding the vision, and then things are coming to us, and then we are taking inspired
right.
action. We are We should be taking action based on what we would love. So follow your feeling, follow your intuition, follow your gut. Don't try to like force it, because even now, like sometimes, and I catch myself very quickly because I'm trained now, I've trained myself after a lot of work, but I sometimes catch it. Am I forcing it?
Yeah.
Am I trying to think that I am making it happen? Because you are not.
Right.
You have asked, you are attracting it, and once it comes to you, you take an action.
Yeah.
You go towards it. But a lot of times we get stuck into the other direction and we try to like make it happen.
Right.
And when we try to do all these things, like I was talking yesterday to my mastermind, and she was saying to me that while I was looking, she was finding a job for her because she was like really struggling to get a job. And she said, I applied for so many jobs. I was sending DMs, doing all those things. And then like I got tired, and I just asked, and I started visualizing that I've got my ideal job. And she said, I started seeing myself like that. And then all of a sudden, somebody came to her and said, I've got a job opening for you. So sometimes we just try to take over, and we need to really know the right balance between
Yes.
taking over and taking action.
Yes.
It is otherwise,
That is.
if it, what my biggest learning is that if it doesn't feel good, when you're doing something, you feel tired, you feel exhausted, you hate it,
Yeah.
don't do that, because God is telling you in the simplest way
Mm-hmm.
that don't, just relax,
Yeah.
and then go within and see what feels right to do.
Right.
Maybe sometimes you just sit and do nothing. That feels right, then do that,
Then do nothing.
right? Like, yeah. And
Yes.
sometimes you are like, oh, I have this thing to maybe go on Facebook Live or do some action or talk to somebody or attend a seminar or launch something. Do it. But
Right.
if it feels aligned, then do it. Don't force it.
Yes.
I It's just shocking for me that even analyzing my own self, that we don't give priority to our feelings. And why not? They're guiding us all the time.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know why we don't. I guess it starts at home. Like our parents didn't think that way. They didn't move that way. Everything has to be logical and everything has to make sense. We have to be able to see it. It has to make sense. If it don't make sense, you can forget it, hang it up, try it. So yeah, I think that's where the idea of the hard work and all this other stuff comes from. But if we can retrain our thoughts and retrain our mind to think other ways, maybe we could actually have a life that we enjoy. Like my little lady on TikTok said, I'll be glad when, instead of just living in the moment and living your life now. So I think that's super
Yeah.
powerful. And then I wanted to also ask before we have to leave, what is the name of your business and like how can people find you?
So I my name of the business, It's a Beautiful Life, and it's all around It's a Beautiful
Uh-huh.
Life. Yeah, of course, it's so beautiful. And so more dominated on Facebook. So I dominate, like I do more on Facebook. I spend a lot of time there, and if I will send you the links to share with the viewers. And I'm also launching a free. So I'm offering my course for absolutely free, because I really want to help shift the mindset of from doing to being, because we are human being. We are not human doing.
Yes.
So first be that. Like you said, you became her,
Yes.
and everything had to change. You put your hand down and said, I am her today, and it changed. So that program is all about being. So I'll take 3 days and really go deeper within, take all the things out which are stopping us from being, and we will focus on just being our next level version. So the program is called Step into Your Next Level Version in 3 days. So in 3 days, I will do live, and we will just be. We'll just be our higher self. We'll just be our next level version,
Uh-huh.
and then all the things, all the desires will happen naturally, because I want to really change the mindset from success, working hard, to be naturally making, like allowing it. That's what it's about, because we are way more powerful than we can ever imagine. And the more I dig in, the more I find, and then the more like, oh my god, I need to dig in more. So there's no end. There is no end. So I would share the link for that as well.
Uh-huh.
It is a huge transformational experience. I do it with my clients. It's a paid thing, but I want to make it free to everybody, because it is about being. We are human being. Let's
Yes.
be,
Let's just
right?
be.
So yes, just be. And yeah, so I will share that, and it's going to be transformational. I'm really, really excited. For the first time, I'm making it absolutely free.
Yes.
And yes, I would love to invite all the viewers. Please join and let's meet the real you. It's really about meeting who you are,
Yes.
taking all those layers of limiting beliefs and everything off, and just meet the real you
Just
and be in awe, that how beautiful you are.
yes, and I think that's so much needed. I can definitely tell you have such a beautiful heart. But I mean, a lot of people are
Thank
so
you.
caught up in like the money and the fame and the do people know my name and how many views and how many likes that I have and all this other stuff. You are taking something of so much value that's so much needed in the world, and you're like, I believe in it so much so, and I believe that people are going to
Yeah,
benefit from it so much so it's going to be free of no cost.
yeah,
Just I'm going to put this out
almost.
into the world, and wow, like the what is it, karma, the good karma that's going to come back to you from all the things that you're doing. I'm inspired, and I want to take the
Thank
class too,
you.
so
Thank you so
definitely.
much. Thank
Yes,
you.
I love it. And I just want to ask you, like, I know that we briefly touched on it because for the sake of time, I try to keep the podcast to a certain time. But like you mentioned, in a way, like trauma and the PTSD and the things from that, and like not being able to go to school as a woman, Pakistan, the laws there, and then moving and just creating your own life. I know we weren't able to really dig really into that, and I may ask you if you're willing to come back on the show so we can do a part two.
Yeah,
Yes, definitely.
yeah. I would love that.
Yes, because I
I
feel
would
like
love that. I'll
that's
be honored.
very powerful, and I don't want to skip over
Yeah, I
that.
would love that. I would love that. And even now when I look back and I speak to my friends who are back there, right? And I tell them that you can change it,
Yeah,
and they refuse to believe me. They tell me that no, you are living there, you're in a different country, you're in a different society, so if you talking about these things, wow, good for you. And I tell them that I have seen the worst, and I'm telling you that you belong to the universe. You are the member of the universe. You don't belong to a country,
right.
right? So open your mind. And I really want to talk about this. I really want to, like, coming from literally the worst, like, trauma and things, like every single day there was a fight, there was a problem, I was beaten up. I didn't know, like, I didn't know what would happen if I woke up, and what would I have to face this day. And sometimes I would woke up and my father would be screaming, and I would get scared as a child. And one day me and my mom were kicked out, and we had no place to go.
Oh,
And all these things, like, as a child, like, I felt so insecure. I still remember that day when I thought, oh my god, I have no place to go. Like, where would we go, what would we do? And in that country, they don't have the laws where you can just call the council, or call the authorities and take. No, there's nothing like that. So how you can still use your inner power to change anything,
yes.
because, as I said, you belong to the universe. You don't belong to you're the part of the universe. That's your country, that's your world, right?
Yes.
And the universe is huge.
And I love how you said the universe is not so much like the United States or Texas, or like, because coming from Texas, so it's like you're not limiting yourself. You're just like, why? Like the whole world is yours. Like the whole universe is open to you, and it really is. And yes, so for the sake of it, I really do thank you for coming on this morning and sharing your story with us. And I definitely am going to go deeper with you. We're going to do a part two, guys. It's coming. I don't know when it's coming, but
Yeah,
it's coming because we got a lot to go into.
perfect.
And definitely check the show notes for that link to her free course that should be coming available. And definitely go to it and actually like be a part of it and learn how to be, so maybe we can live a little bit longer so we don't stress ourselves out because the world is a hot mess. And so let's just focus on us for like 1 minute. Let's just have like 3 days
Yeah.
of focusing on being thinking and how we can change our life and focus on what we do have control over. So I'm going to be a part of it. I hope that you guys support her and be a part of it as well. And tell other moms about Miss Autumn, and tell other moms about what she's doing. And hopefully, let's get the word out so we can hopefully change the world, and let's get down on some of the stress. Because if you look at the news, it ain't nothing but stress going on in
Yeah.
the world right now. Oh,
Oh my gosh,
goodness.
yeah.
Yes.
Crazy.
But thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, bye.
Yes, and I will have all the links not only to that but to all social media and her Facebook page, website, all the things down in the show notes. And as always, I thank you guys for listening and joining in for this episode. And I hope y'all have a great week. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.